We've had our hands on the Zombies beta for a little while now, so I wanted to talk about what we learned during the time that it's been out, what it tells us about what's coming in Black Ops 7, and the positive and negative things that come with that. I will not cover everything that has changed or been updated between Black Ops 6 and 7, as there are many things and many small things that would needlessly inflate this video. They have the blog posts, and there are plenty of videos that cover all of that. I won't waste your time by talking about it, and I wasn't able to make a video at the time about it, so I won't try to capitalize now. The changes I will cover are the ones that I noticed or felt were important while playing some of the survival on farm. I have generally positive feelings towards Black Ops 7 Zombies, but that is because I also liked Black Ops 6, and yes, Black Ops 7 is quite similar. So let's just get that out of the way now. For 90% of you, how you felt about Black Ops 6 will inform how you felt about Black Ops 7, regardless of what side you're on. If you liked 6, you're nearly guaranteed to like 7. And if you disliked 6, then again, you're nearly guaranteed to dislike 7. I want to talk about the things that I like and dislike from what we've played in this beta, so here we go. The aura, the presence, the character of this map, it's all shining through better now, and this is a anticipated change, and so far it's coming through in a good way. The map has a great aesthetic, being the hues of purple surrounding you. It feels different, it looks nice, and those are both good things. Within the map, it has messages written in blood on the walls, it has strange objects scattered about, the trap is a unique style that plays an eerie tune as it runs, the armored zombies look different, and the Ravagers are shifty and quick. Ammo crates finally have a distinct zombies look. All of these things add up to make the map feel new and enjoyable to spend time on. Your weapons have a steep fall off, just like Black Ops 6, and it happens around the same area, of that being around 35 to 40. The weapons have a little more reach than Black Ops 6, but it is a disappointment that the weapons are still not great after a point, and it will come down to traps and I assume eventually score streaks, but we didn't have the full barrage of those in the beta. It is possible that when we get access to augments for launch that this will be helped, but I don't believe that it will be helped that much. The augments do help a little, but they are less helpful than the base perk itself. The augments are only a slight improvement over the base, not an entire wave of new damage. So I expect that we will get maybe a few more rounds worth of damage once we run augments, but we will hit that wall again soon after. Another aspect to weapons is attachments. Within Cold War and Black Ops 6, one attachment you'd almost always run is Suppressor because it gave a zombie specific bonus of dropping more salvage. That is a great thing, and we need more attachments that have zombie specific bonuses. So of course Treyarch noticed this and made the choice of removing the bonus from suppressors, so now all attachments suck and have no zombies bonuses for players. Interesting. They wanted to encourage people to use other attachments, and instead of giving us a reason to use the others, they took away the one reason we had to use an attachment specifically for a match of zombies. Piss poor choice that I vehemently disagree with. If you want people to use other attachments, then you need to realize why people use the suppressor so much in the first place. It brings a specific benefit to players that no other attachment does. So, make the other attachments have something that can make players want to use them. Add a barrel that does more damage to special zombies. Add a muzzle that does more damage to elite zombies. Do something to make the players want to use other attachments. Now I look at the other attachments and guess what I'm gonna run? A random sight, an extended mag, and rapid fire. I'll just throw a bunch of other random attachments on there to fill out the weapon, and none of it really matters because Treyarch doesn't care if attachments matter. This small thing is a major failure and misunderstanding that Treyarch does time and time again. Oh, this is a good thing on a PvE mode? Better nerf it so people use other things. No! Make the other things better to give us a reason to use them. Don't strip us of the one good thing. Rant over. Perks are all back from Black Ops 6 with the new addition of Wisp Tea. I was excited to use this perk and see what it was all about. It's basically Blood Wolf Bite from Black Ops 4. You do enough damage and you summon a companion temporarily to assist you. Blood Wolf Bite had Luna, who ripped enemies apart and was quite good. The Wisp from Wisp Tea is surprisingly underwhelming. I was pretty shocked how weak this perk was even on lower rounds, and just felt it was mostly useless. I would definitely like to see a buff to this. One good part of this and Brain Rot is that these will not end your round. The Wisp and Brain Rot enemies will ignore the final zombie of a round, so the player has to actively choose to end the round. That is a great change there, but just maybe buff Wisp T a little. Pack-a-Punch brings different effects to weapons that are unique and shake up how the weapon plays before and after Pack-a-Punch. That is always fun and appreciated, so keep it up, Treyarch. Not every gun has to completely change, but having a healthy amount that do so is fun. Simple things like the basic starting pistol becomes a shotgun when Pack-a-Punched, or the rocket launcher loses its mag and now all 24 rockets are loaded and ready, so you don't have to reload. just monitor the overheating. These are good things. I appreciate when they shake up the formula a little bit about how the weapons upgrade. If you just always have an assault rifle stay an assault rifle, a sniper stay a sniper, a pistol stay a pistol, it gets pretty boring. Give us some extra effects. Enemies are always in question when it comes to modern zombies because boy oh boy does Treyarch love to recycle. A rumor has it they wanted to make unique enemy types for each map when it came to specials and elites and all that jazz. How did they do? In here we have base zombies and armor zombies, which is to be expected, nothing wrong there. New to the scene is the Ravagers, who are the new dog round and are also then injected here and there through mostly every other round. These guys are fast, and when there is a group of them during their round specifically, they're actually pretty dangerous, which I like. It gets intense. The Ravagers will of course attack you, but they will also go after drops you left on the ground. They'll go after salvage, armor, grenades, any of those things, and try to eat them before running away. These are a unique enemy with a neat mechanic. I think these are a good addition, if not an oddity to me, because I am left between two clashing ideologies. I don't want things to be recycled, but I also think they should call a spade a spade. These are denizens. They are part of the broader launch of Black Ops 7, which has a map largely inspired by transit. In the fog are these Ravagers. Basically denizens that are a little bigger. The thing that really sent me over the edge of saying, yeah, these are denizens, is when I saw that when the Ravagers try to escape, they will often do so by sprouting a portal in the ground and diving into it, just like denizens. It looks exactly the same. When I saw this, I got flashbacks to transit, and it hurt my soul. But my point is that these are denizens in all but name. If we want to make this narrative be that the Dark Aether has sucked everything up and now throws it back at us so we could see anything from the past, and then you make a quote-unquote new enemy that is entirely based on an old enemy, just call a spade and call them denizens at that point. It is what they are. I also don't want them to keep recycling, so it is a tough position to be put in. I kind of feel that a one-off recycle for something like the denizens wouldn't be a big deal because we never see them and they are part of the identity of a transit style map whether you like them or not. As long as they don't show up everywhere, I wouldn't hate a one-time reappearance for them. I do like the Ravagers though, so don't mistake any of that for hate. I think they're a good addition. Moving on from that, there is also Zersa, the new zombie bear with bees on it. Very cool design. It's much larger than I expected when it's actually in the map. Zersa is foreboding and requires your attention to manage. I like this new elite, but I think it has the same trap as many elites recently and is simply too tanky to an annoying point. I run around and around with Zersa chasing. I dump mag after mag into this bear and so slowly the health drops. Even using napalm burst that Zersa is weak to doesn't help that much. I am not asking for these bosses to have no health, but when it takes minutes and minutes on end to deal with them every time they show up, and then you add in one or two around, it gets quite boring and tedious doing that so many times throughout a match. Still, I like the design and think Zersa works well, so it is still overall a positive addition, just maybe a slight reduction of health. It is nice to see that they are not spammed as much. You know, when they show up, you get one, maybe two in that round, but you get 6 rounds between that happening, so it is a nice part there. So that should cover the enemies, right? Nope. Say hello to round 40, and there it is. Treyarch couldn't help themselves. Is that a goddamn Doppelgast in my Black Ops 7 beta survival farm map? Treyarch, what happened to new enemies and not falling into recycled content? You made it to round 40 before introducing these disgusting creatures, but you couldn't stop yourself at all? Thank the Lord they only put in 1 per round after 40, but still, what are we doing? Do I really need 1 every single round? No, get out of here with this crap. The good news is that they are easy to eliminate and there is only 1 per round. So at this point I can say that the boss spam is reduced as a whole across the Ravagers, the Zersa, and now Doppelgast too. You will see 1 Doppelgast around and I only ever got up to 2 Zersas in a round. That part is good. Just keep the Doppelgast and Amalgams out of this and keep the Manglers out of this. We've seen enough. I don't want any of those to show up again. Please, dear God. And not to mention, it has now been seen that the Uberklaus is returning too, and yeah, sure, it's only been on 1 map, so okay, but I remember when the Doppelgast was only on 1 map, and that was chill. Now we all hate them. Tread carefully, Treyarch. You have a lot of ill will already with the community over boss spam and recycling, and you're trending that way again. Ultimately, there isn't much else to comment on at this time. We just have a small survival map to work with in the beta. It is fun, and that's all it needs to be. Good layout. I like the little additions and shuffling they did from the original farm to get to this map now. And there's just not much else to say because there isn't much here. But that is the point of a survival map. It's simple, hop in, shoot zombies, leave. We will truly see what Black Ops 7 is going to be at the launch, and while I have my concerns, that is not a topic for this video. I'm not here to waste your time. I am here talking about what we saw in the beta and what we think so far. Farm is shaping up to be a great survival map when it drops fully, and I look forward to that. I also look forward to Ashes of the Damned. I hope that Black Ops 7 can at least be as good as Black Ops 6, and that will almost entirely depend on maps because the underlying systems are so similar. For now, I'm going to keep playing some farm survival, and then in about a month, I'm going to be playing Ashes of the Damned, and I will be back again with a full review of all of the zombies, including farm, Ashes of the Damned, and Dead Ops Arcade 4 once the game fully drops. So look forward to that after a month has passed and we have the game in our hands. For now, get out there, play the beta while it's open. I don't recommend pre-ordering just to play some of the zombies. It's not that exciting. You might as well just wait until the launch of the game. And with that, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and tell me what you've thought about Black Ops 7 so far. We'll see you at launch.